Welcome to part 5, I believe it is, of The Truth Must Be Told. Continues. This is October the 14th, 2022.
Where it gets interesting in verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. See that? The merchants of the earth are weeping and mourning over her, not because of the judgment upon her, but that no man buys their merchandise anymore. Mystery Babylon is a great consumer, importing goods from all over the world, thereby creating wealth for these merchants of the world. Verse 12 and 13 gives a lengthy list to emphasize that fact. So these merchants of the earth are stressed that their main customer is gone. No one from Mystery Babylon is purchasing their goods and services anymore. These merchants of the earth were getting rich. Look at this, verse 15 of Revelation chapter 18. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. When we skip down to verse 19, we see, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. So we've just read how the merchants of the world were impacted by the destruction of Mystery Babylon. Now let's take a look at her merchants. And we're going to see that the merchants of Mystery Babylon were involved in deception, deceiving folk, particularly in the area of pharmakia. This isn't a reference to general medicine. Surely one could cite some issues with one pharmaceutical drug or another. But this right here is connected to an event in which the whole world, all nations, are deceived.
Yes. All nations
Look at
are
this.
deceived.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 23, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth.
Yep.
For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. See that? Her merchants, the merchants of Mystery Babylon, were the great merchants of the earth. For by her sorceries were all nations deceived, not some nations, all nations.
All nations.
So whatever is going on here impacts the world.
Yep.
Then we narrow down to this farmer.
I would say that this VAX has definitely impacted the world. The whole pandemic impacted the world, in fact. It's time y'all open your eyes to see the truth. Stop trying to dismiss this because you've done this thing. That's what Adam and Eve did in the garden. They wanted to blame somebody else for it. Stop doing that and just come to him repenting and saying, Jesus, look what I broke. Will you please fix this?
Pharmaceutical connection, as that word sorceries in English is translated from the Greek word pharmakia. Within this are a few definitions, but through the process of elimination, we can see which one is in context with merchants gaining wealth and becoming the great merchants of the earth. There are great merchants all over the world, great products produced and sold, and some not so much. There have always been great merchants throughout the world. But here within Scripture, these great merchants.
Yes, but none so great as those that are affiliated with the pharmaceutical facts and medical. These people, their bank accounts soared. Uh, they received a great deal of money for what they did. Deceptions and lies and false miracles.
Are narrowed down as citizens of a specific place, Mystery Babylon. Then, even further, we have this connection to pharmakia, except this pharmakia is connected to deception, and it involves the whole world. Add this up, and this should become really clear.
Now, let me explain something. You cannot keep stressing this just to fit this one particular type of pharmakia. It involves all pharmakia. There is nowhere in the Bible where it says this is only about the VAX pharmakia. No, it says sorceries, which indicates pharmakia. It's talking about all pharmakia. All of those have side effects, which destroy the temple of God. Every pharmaceutical destroys the temple of God. Every one of them. You can't deny that. Everything has side effects. And it is written, destroy the temple of God and God will destroy you.
The realm of merchants, greatness is associated with wealth. These merchants are considered great because of their wealth, and this wealth is obtained by the selling of a product or products in such a volume that a lot of money is being made. And it's connected to a deception involving, once again, the whole world. This is key. Let's look at the Strong's Concordance for this word, pharmakia. It's number G5331. Within the Strong's definitions, we see this: medication, pharmacy, that is, by extension, magic, literal or figurative, sorcery, witchcraft. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one
Witchcraft.
of these fits the context of this passage of Scripture? Let's keep going to the Thayer Lexicon. The use or the administering of drugs. Can merchants get rich through this?
Yep.
Certainly can. Is this how Mystery Babylon is deceiving every nation on the planet?
Yes.
Let's go to the next one. Poisoning. Now,
it was poisoning for the little babies and other people that perished with it. So don't try to dismiss it.
The merchants are not getting rich in this form. Poisoning customers is bad business, right? Too many lawsuits.
No, not if you're exempt from the lawsuits, as they were exempt from being held responsible from the beginning of this. VAX. So, no, not too many lawsuits on that. Not too many lawsuits on any of it when you break it down. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't know what to do about these things when they occur to them. They don't realize it's a pharmaceutical that is hurting them. Hmm. I have a feeling we're going to have a run on that, though, in the upcoming days. The people are going to start looking at all the things that's happening to their body now and questioning every pharmakia that they take. At least they should be, anyway. Because all things have side effects. It pays to know and not trust witchcraft, but to trust the Lord and to do as it says in James 5.
Remember, these merchants are gaining their wealth through this. I'm sure much more can be said here, but let's move on to the next one. Sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. We know that witchcraft.
Let me go back to number 2 on that list. Also, if that is what they intended to do, because they intended to remove, say, 7 billion people off the planet so they could, Georgia Guidestone their way to a new society and a new world order, could be exactly what they're after. So they're expecting you to kill over. They're not going to expect a lawsuit. The dead ain't going to get up and sue them. You're going to be dead. They're not going to worry about you. You're going to be out of their way, they think. Just an idea. Just a thought. I mean, just another avenue to look at things. Clearly a matter of opinion. Just offering another avenue to look at things. Not stating it as a fact before anybody says anything.
Is real. But is this how Mystery Babylon's great merchants are deceiving folks all over the world? Bunch of elites using witchcraft to gain wealth? I know folks rather this be it. So if this is considered, we have one definition of pharmakia that points to something in the natural, a physical pharmaceutical used to deceive folks. Or we have this supernatural definition that involves sorcery and witchcraft.
Since both are going on right now,
in this particular verse, in this context, which one is it? Let's go to the next one. Metaphorically, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry.
I would say all four.
This one doesn't fit either.
Yeah, they do.
Merchants are in business.
You just can't see the spiritual ramifications, so you don't know that
providing
the fourth
something
one is.
That is for sale.
The deceptions are everywhere.
Which one of these?
And idolatry is going on because you're trusting. Because the seductions and the idolatry are going on because you're trusting to man and science and not God. So idolatry is still going on, even in number 1 and number 2.
Passage of scripture. If we just looked at the scripture itself without considering our current scenario all around the world, could we come to the same conclusion?
Yes.
Absolutely. We saw the merchants of the world weep when Mystery Babylon was destroyed because of the loss of their significant source of income.
Excuse me, when was Mystery Babylon destroyed? It hasn't been destroyed yet. Babylon is not yet fallen. They haven't been destroyed yet. This is coming. I hate when people try to deceive people and make them think something's already occurred that has not yet occurred. But it's going to occur. If that occurs, the crash will happen. The economy will go down. I will see you in the next part.